It is the 4th annual Nike Kickoff Classic. Got a boys' high school game coming up a little bit later. We're going to start, however, today with a girls' flag game. Salle from New Orleans, South Anchorage from Alaska. The third member of our crew, as promised, down on the sideline. It is great to be working with you today, Taylor Davis.
Right back at you. Well, it was a very special day for the De La Salle team when they were taken to the New Orleans Saints facility to receive news that they would be part of Nike's Kickoff Classic. Now, the Saints are actually sponsoring a 10-team league in Louisiana as the NFL continues to support the growth of girls high school flag football. They're hoping to make it an official sanctioned sport in the state of Louisiana. But the De La Salle athletes tell me after a championship in year one, goals are high, not just for the team, but the continued growth of the sport, guys.
Absolutely, and we had a fun time, all of us did, talking to head coach George Newmiller, and when those girls, Yogi, got into the Saints building and opened up those boxes and found out they were coming here, I mean, that emotion has carried them all the way here to game day.
They have literally become a face of this sport now on this stage. Here's an opportunity to kick it off.
And we get going here with De La Salle winning the toss and taking the ball first. The quarterback here is, a twin. Our quarterback is Tamia Cole, who's wearing number 17. They open the game on the ground with a handoff to Maria Sanchez, a senior who is also a catcher on the softball team. A lot of the girls here, the young ladies from De La Salle, also play for Newmiller on their softball team.
The number one goal for Coach Newmiller and this program is to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands as fast as possible. And it's important to note that as we talk throughout flag throughout this afternoon, is there's a variety of different styles in which teams will employ their offense. Some like to run the ball, some want the ball out, some want to take deep shots. This program is all about distributing the ball to the playmakers as quickly and efficiently as possible.
So it's an 80-yard field. You need to know that. Not a 100-yard field, although this is a 100-yard field that these girls are currently playing on. The boys will play on this field a little bit later. The first downs are on the 20, the two 40s, and then obviously the far side 20 as well, as we have a sack. You're allowed to rush, obviously, and the first sack of the day is by Katrina Bush, who grew up watching the NFL with her dad, and I'm sure dad is watching here as Katrina gets a sack on the opening possession. It's 7-on-7. There are two 20-minute halves. Yogi, this game moves pretty quickly. It's a running clock the entire way.
Until we get to those final 2 minutes, and that will be critical in terms of coaches' decisions. The other thing to note on this field is you'll see the sidelines like you saw in the previous play. There's this red line. That is the sideline on this field. So the dimensions are a little different for both of these teams in terms of where they're coming from in their respective leagues.
And it is a 4-down deal. You can punt or you can play on, and obviously if you don't get it on 4th down, then it is a turnover on downs. There's a 2nd down incompletion, and that brings us to 3rd down. There are two girls named Cole on this team. Number 7 is the quarterback, Tamia Cole. Her sister, Tayana Cole, is a sophomore. They're both sophomores, obviously, is wearing number 3. We asked George Newmiller as to whether or not they've ever pulled a fast one on him, and maybe one of them plays quarterback, the other one plays wide receiver. He says he's fairly certain that has not yet happened.
Yeah, they're pretty serious. So here's a great example here on this 3rd down. They got to get the ball to the 40. For an automatic 1st down. But remember, they'll have 2 downs to do it. Double pass.
Double pass. How about that? The double pass, and it's caught by Shyla Santos, the goofball on the team. She has a softball offer, but she would also love to get a flag football offer here. She gets that catch, and it's going to bring up 4th down, and Newmiller is going to keep his offense on the field.
Yeah, he is. And look, that double pass, they went back to the well. They won the state championship last year. Ran that exact play in that game and one of their touchdowns. So let's see what they're deciding to do here. Looks like they
are going to punt. Okay.
I like that decision. Look, performance anxiety is something we all feel. Imagine being in high school.
Well, you're backed up on your own side of the field, so you totally get it.
And there's no fakes, just so you know. You say you're going to punt, you got to punt.
And there it is, hanging in the air near midfield and running towards the far sideline. And we're going to get our first look now at the South Anchorage Wolverines. Lindsay Dahlstrom, by the way, had the return there. And they're going to be set up right at midfield. Jillian Preston is the quarterback for the South Anchorage Wolverines. She's a captain on this team. As a freshman, she started on varsity, returning starter in her third year. Yogi, she is a dancer. 8 genres, she says, of dancing. She considers herself an expert. We asked Coach Travis Lyons, does she ever dance in the backfield? Does she have those kind of moves? He said, maybe.
Tell you what, nice little move there, picking up the snap. Remember, in flag football, if the ball touches the ground, the play is dead, unless it's a punt. Then you can catch it in that regard. Look at those hands right there. A little quick toss.
Pitch out to number 24.
Pistol formation.
For the Wolverines.
I'm a big fan in flag football. Like, you got to find momentum on early downs. Can you give yourself in the third and manageable? So they get positive yardage here. Same formation.
Man, they are across midfield. Jillian Preston to throw, being rushed, dumps it off. Good yardage there, near another first down. Let's see where they mark it again. You got to get to the 40 for a new set of downs.
The motion gives you the illusion of an extra blocker. She feels the pressure, rolls to her left, outlet to the back. Kind of looks like Drew Brees. He made a living down there in New Orleans checking the ball down. Nice job.
We definitely have a lot of Saints fans here, as this team was sponsored last year by the Saints. We see Tiana, the other Cole sister, obviously her twin sister, is playing quarterback.
The blitzing element in flag football is fascinating. Traditionally, you can line up over the ball at 1 yard. In this game, you got to be 3 yards off the ball. So how they're going to blitz, the style in which they will blitz will be fun to watch. You can look like somebody's going to blitz, and you can bring 2 people, 3 people. You can bring the house, you can bring 1, you can drop into coverage. Here's another opportunity.
Girl got that last pass to Senor Cortez, maybe the fastest girl on the team. Here's a jump ball down the sideline, and that one is incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down.
So this is an opportunity, I think, where you want to go for it here. Let's see what they decide to do.
They're going to punt down for the Wolverines.
Both teams kind of trading field position.
All right, punt from plus territory here.
Remember, you can let the ball bounce. It's going to be critical here based on this punt. There will not be a dead ball.
Let's see what Skylar does with that low kick and flag. This is the one play on which you can return it. It's a live ball. Yogi Vaughn picks it up. Live ball on the punt. So we're 7 minutes in, no score here. You're watching the 4th annual Nike Kickoff Classic. There's head coach George Newmiller coaching De La Salle. It's a Catholic private school in New Orleans. Won a championship last year in their first season. Last year that team was sponsored by the Saints. And then here in their second season, playing a team from Anchorage, South Anchorage High School. To Mia Cole to throw, being rushed, lobs it over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Dangerous in some traffic.
You know what's amazing about Coach Miller is that he's one of the greatest advocates of flag football in the entire country. He had coached his boys, he coached youth flag for boys and girls. He was always saying, can we get into high school? Can we get into high school? He was truly leading that charge. And then when it happened, you saw the unboxing and the open from Taylor. Man, he was thrilled to, yeah, of course I am coaching this squad.
Absolutely. And as we see Corey Davis catch a ball there near the 35-yard line. George Newmiller has such passion. It just comes through the phone, through the speaker. He's played flag all over the place. He's so proud of his defense here as well, that no-fly zone defense. The girls that we spoke to yesterday at practice on the Nike campus, that's all they wanted to talk about. Hey, we're the no-fly zone, and that defense actually did a great job on the opening possession. So a first down here after that catch by Corey Davis. To Mia Cole being chased over the middle. Oh, and drop Shyla Santos could not hang on. She is the goofball on the team, we are told by George Newmiller. Nicknamed Sky. or shy rather, for Shyla, but she'll make you laugh.
You know, it's an interesting element to this game, or we already talked about the dimensions, also the flags. The flags are a little different than what South Anchorage traditionally plays with. Often, South Anchorage is playing in their league the triple threat flag, which is where the belt removes. You see today on the flag, just that little part of the flag can get pulled off. So they're trying to adjust to that in real time. They're pretty impressive so far.
All right. Oh, look at that. We had a forward pass. We had a handoff, a little end around, and then the flip forward to Corey Davis, who could not hang on. Listen, when it's only 7-on-7 and it's not that wide of a field, what makes flags so fun for me, Yogi, is you see the trick plays like that. You see the misdirections. You have to kind of open up the field.
And so much of flag schemes are founded in the air raid offense. In the air raid offense, the philosophy is to maximize space and personnel. It's a little tighter of a field to your point. You see the red sideline. You'll see that at times on the field. So they're trying. Look at the formation. I mean, you're basically going from sideline to sideline, try to find windows of green grass.
And I love how Tamia has, you mentioned the air raid offense, all her plays on a wristband. There's a backward pass, and again, she can throw it. Incomplete, however. Second time they go to trickery.
Kirsten Robinson
Second
with the pass.
play.
Intended for number
It might have been drawn
one,
upright, but it did
Ball's incomplete.
not
Brings up
work.
fourth
Kirsten
down for the Cavs.
Robinson was the quarterback there after taking the lateral.
We've seen 3 drops so far in this game, and every single time the eyes of the eligible receiver has gone to the defense. They're trying to catch it too fast. These teams are usually pretty sure-handed, uncharacteristic thus far with those drops.
All right, so have a defensive struggle here early. We're halfway through the first half. Again, it is a moving clock before the final 2 minutes here. You're watching girls flag football. Salle from New Orleans wearing white and wearing black today. A school from South Anchorage, Alaska. Once you declare that you're going to punt, you got to punt it here. There are no fakes. This one, and that's Brianna Bailey on the return, and she takes it back near midfield. Yogi was talking about the difference in the flags. Taylor has more on that.
Absolutely. Definitely some nuances as this game continues to evolve. Like you mentioned, the South Anchorage team have been using these triple belts. And basically the difference is that the flags are attached to the belt around the waist. So they were telling me defensively the teaching is a lot different. They're taught to go for the actual belt rather than the dual flags where you go for the flag and it detaches from the waist piece. So this defense for South Anchorage having to adjust what they know about defense a little bit.
Which you would have to think, thank you, Taylor, Yogi, is a fundamental change. You've been playing one way your entire life, and then you get here, it's like, oh, let's just tackle differently.
Well, yeah, try it. Like, if you're ever around, like, youth flag, try to go tackle that thing that just floated in the air. Look at that move. Nice job there from Bailey. It's much harder than if you just go right to the midline, the waistline, and you can just grab the entirety of that flag.
And you have to allow the opposing team to be able to grab at your flag. You can't swat their hand away. You can't put your hand over the flag. That is a penalty here, and that is going to get called. We have yet to see our first penalty, but here's Bailey in the open field. Look at her get to the sideline and then hold that ball out.
Clearly they're going to Bailey, Brianna Bailey, countless times, and right now, Salle, they've got to make an adjustment. They have a blitzer right over the ball, and it's trying to get to the quarterback. Hasn't gotten home once, and no one throughout the entirety of the first half has really been near Brianna Bailey, and she's just an outlet. So I would act as though I am blitzing, and then I would have some sort of spy on 24.
Brianna Bailey has been playing flag football since she was 6 years old, been on varsity for 3 years, running back and wide receiver. Can't bring that one down, though, a little wide after the quarterback.
Preston pass is incomplete.
Brianna Bailey also is a competitive soccer player, as a lot of the girls from the South Anchorage team are soccer players, playing the same club team, recently traveled down to Florida to play in nationals. But conversely, a lot of the girls from De La Salle play softball.
Look, multi-sport athletes, every parent listening, keep going back to that as a concept. The individualization of sport, I think, hurt the development.
Chilling into the end zone, into traffic almost. picked off, but I'm with you. Hey, as a parent, you know this. The more sports, the better, right? It's not just 10,000 hours mastering one, and if it is for flag, hey, that is great. But the more you can do, the more you can learn to love being out there, and it makes you better. A little bit of here, a little bit of this, and it makes you better at all of them.
You know, it was great last night. Keyshawn Johnson, Marshall Falk, and company, TJ Hishmanzada talked to these athletes on the field about just developing, and part of that is playing multiple sports. He takes a shot.
Oh, into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for South Anchorage. Our first score of the day, Nevaeh Hartwell, the senior captain.
Connection from Preston.
The route is incredible. You see a little double move to the top of your screen, little slant, go right by the DB. Look at this, a little something at the top. Eyes get caught in the backfield. Safety never over the top. Perfect hole shot. Yeah, go celebrate.
Yeah, rips her flag off for celebration here. How about that? And how about Jillian Preston with the pump fake to one side, as you mentioned, and then the go on the other side of the field. So they're going to go for one here. You can't go for two, but you got to back it up, and Jillian's going to get picked off in the end zone. You can run that back. Go for one and don't get it. It is intercepted in the end zone. What a throw there by Jillian Preston to Nevaeh Hartwell to get our first points on the board. Yogi, that was Abria Fry, by the way, the junior with the interception on the conversion. It is 6-0 with under 5 to go. Clock moving here in the first half.
Love the setup. Think about that drive from South Anchorage. It's check down, check down, check down. Take a shot down the field. The eyes are in the backfield, thinking there's going to be another swing route to Brianna Bailey. No, we're going over the top. Nevaeh Hartwell, tug in football heaven, man.
Yeah, like Aaron Rodgers or Matthew Stafford looking one way, pump faking, and then hitting your wide receiver in stride down the sideline. A thing of beauty here, and we have a 6-0 lead for the team from South Anchorage. And now the team from De La Salle will answer with a little bit of the ground game here. That's Caitlin Vaughn. Had so much fun talking to her yesterday. She can do a little bit of everything, plays both sides of the ball. She says her favorite saint. She goes, who do you think my favorite saint is? I'm like, let's see, you're running back. How about Alvin Kamara? She goes, no, think again. I'm like, how about Taysom Hill? Yes.
Nailed it.
She is a huge Taysom Hill fan, and her coach calls her Smiley, because often she has a lot to smile about. Scored 13 of the team's 19 points in the title game a year ago. She could be a one-girl wrecking crew.
I keep finding ways to get her the rock, too.
Tamia Cole tried to find Corey Davis there, the volleyball player and cheerleader.
I'll say this for De La Salle. They've been open.
Yeah.
You know, there's been opportunities, even that, just thrown a little high. They've had a couple drops. The biggest thing, again, we're at Nike headquarters. This isn't like you're playing in your local park. So there's a world, I'd imagine, where Coach Newmiller is saying, hey, let's just calm down, ladies. Let's do what we've done, what got us to a state championship, what we do every day in practice. I mean, these are girls, they want to practice every single day. They've been practicing in 100-plus heat. There's a world where I think they'll just calm down, see if they can settle in here on a third down.
4 straight incompletions. Caitlin with the pitch, and then another pitch to the outside here to Abria. And a short game.
You hear this all the time. You're watching NFL games, college games. Gap integrity on a defense. You don't want to get outnumbered. You don't want to get outside of your gap. In flag football, the gaps are pretty big when you look at the field and where every defender is responsible for. I'll just say this for South Anchorage, as you see coaching up a little bit, they've done a nice job defensively. They've never been outmanned.
Find the line to gain. 4th down.
All right, so it's going to be 4th down, and you saw there TJ Hishmanzada, Oregon State legend, former Cincinnati Bengal, and the Hall of Famer Marshall Falk there behind him. As you mentioned yesterday, Yogi, both of them, and Keyshawn Johnson, who's on the sideline as well, standing nearby.
Clock is stopped for the 2-minute warning.
Okay, so the clock is winding down in your screen. However, it will be stopped there for the 2-minute warning as you see those three legends on the sideline talking to all four teams that are here for the 4th annual Nike Kickoff Classic. Words of advice not only for on but off the field as well. If you want even more NFL action this season, I recommend NFL Plus Premium. You can stream live games on mobile. You get NFL RedZone, NFL Network game replays, and so much more. All of it in one place. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com, plus.nfl.com. Terms and conditions apply, because of course they do. Yogi, you and I were in the room last night with those three legends. We're talking to these two girls teams and the two boys teams as well. Massillon High School, who we're going to see later, the legendary program from Ohio, and NFL Academy. Young men from 12 different countries and territories that are here trying to live their American dream. I love the advice they gave. It always went back to one thing. Whenever there is doubt, just keep working harder.
Yeah, they asked that specific question around doubt, and whether it was Marshall Falk or TJ Hushmanzada or Keyshawn Johnson, they said, look, everybody has doubt. It's how you navigate it.
Yeah.
And they all talked about positive self-talk. Matt James, who's got such a beautiful role in assembling this entire thing, talked about, hey, when you're struggling, you got to just keep telling yourself, hey, I got this. We got this. We believe. And that is the challenge right now for De La Salle, is they've been outplayed in the first half.
De La Salle believes that it's going to get the offense going. 4 straight incompletions, and now it is 4th down. As we are inside of the 2-minute warning, the clock wound down to around 1:35. Referee says, let's fix it and go to 2. And they're going to give it to Caitlin on 4th down. You got to get to the 20-yard line to get that first. And it looks as if they're going to get it. So De La Salle, maybe a little bit of momentum here as time winds down in the first of 2 20-minute halves. They're going to keep the ball.
Lining up for a 1st down.
Yogi Roth, Andrew Siciliano, Taylor Davis down to the sideline. This is the 4th annual Nike Kickoff Classic flag football. As mentioned, a boys high school game coming up after this. We're at the Nike World Headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon. Throw over the middle, almost intercepted on 1st down. But they couldn't come up with it. Malaya Robinson had it in her hands.
Malaya Robinson on the stop for
Nice shot down the seam. A little bit inaccurate, and De La Salle getting lucky there. I'll tell you what, I'd work a little bit towards the right sideline if I'm De La Salle. Andrew, they have not worked this side of the field as an explosive play. They've had a couple different checkdowns. I'd find a way to see if you can take a shot. There's some area, there's some green grass, as you see a little direction happening from Tamia Cole in the huddle.
Cole threw 12 touchdowns a year ago. One of a pair of identical twins on this team. Her sister Tiana wears number 3. Throw it back to Tamia, and she's going to throw over the middle, and it is caught, and we got big yardage here near midfield. It's caught by Shyla Santos, the senior, and a little bit of momentum now as we wind down towards 1 minute remaining in the first.
How about the catch? Okay, I love it. They've been setting this up all half. Swing it out, get back to the quarterback. Look at the high point. That was clinic worthy. And remember, you've got to get a 1st down. The clock did not stop. It is still going.
As we're now across midfield, that clock is still going. As you mentioned, Mariah Sanchez, the senior, with that one, and we're under a minute and a timeout.
You cross the first, you move the chains, the clock's going to stop. So they get the 1st down here. They still have a couple of timeouts. So this is situational football. We saw yesterday at practice, Coach Newmiller and company. On the other side, Coach Travis Lyons, they were working situational football.
See what Cole can do. Short completion, tackled immediately. Abria Fry with that catch. I say tackled. The better way to describe it is flag pulled immediately, and a timeout again.
Okay, so now as you see both teams, they're going to be strategizing here.
De La Salle takes the timeout.
They've got 1 left, 35 ticks left. You want to score. You look at where the ball is. right now, as I'm setting up the situation, I'm just reminding him, looks at his clock. Says, okay, looks at his watch. Okay, know the time.
Let's listen to the coach.
35 seconds remain here.
Turn around, yelling at twin. Bah, 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 bah. Oh, go up the field.
Wolverine 6. Cavaliers 0.
Yeah, they got timeout left.
Yeah, let's
George Newmiller.
let's wait until the field gets compressed. Our toes up. Yeah. They've thrown it to all of us. We just need to get it. Let's go.
Yeah. Malaya, you've had.
They haven't thrown it at me yet, which means it's coming. Which means it's coming.
Right? So you're hungry for it.
You've got to come down with that ball.
All right, so if you're George Newmiller here,
They have 3 over. I don't want. No, I want you to stay in the
Stay
center
central.
and then move over after the ball.
Cheat a little.
Read the quarterback. You gotta watch your eyes.
Look off. She looks right where she's going to throw the ball. Every
I'll do
time.
it. I'll do it like one lane third of the yeah.
Look at me. Look at me, lady.
You know, a testament of every team, I believe, is when you ask coaches, hey, when they come to the sideline, what are they telling you? What are they seeing? You're here in the South Anchorage team telling the coach, hey, they're trying to pump. You're Coach Newmiller.
said to me at Cole's telegraphing her pass. Yeah.
Right in the bay.
Let's count your shirt. Sorry.
Hey, Mariah, right in the hole.
All right, so second down, 1 timeout remaining for Tamia Cole and Della Salle. Rush and hangs it over the middle. Caitlin takes a hit but keeps on going. You heard Newmiller, her coach, say that's a hit to the head, but there was no penalty called there.
Taylor, come out.
Brought down by number 1.
That's a play. That's a blow to the head.
Hartwell.
Different formational, stack formation. She runs an automatic slant, little contact with the hand to the head. She's so athletic and explosive. She stays in the game in the slot at the top.
Coach wanted a flag, didn't get the flag. This is third down. It's a completion. Tamia with the catch. She's gonna, or rather Tamia with the throw. And Sanchez with the catch. She's gonna break through the traffic and she's gonna get close to her first down. We're gonna call timeout again. 3 seconds on the clock here.
This will be fun in terms of, hey, what type of defense right now does South Anchorage play? Is it heels on the goal line, knock it down? Is it bring a bunch of pressure?
18 yards.
So I need
Yeah, we'll call timeout with 3 seconds remaining here.
Let's take a listen.
So you're coming in motion. Abe, I want you to switch with Ray. Ray, you on this side. On kick, let me say, I want you to do that. So you're going set, hut. She claps. Nobody's fucking moving. Do not jump off sides. We're going on 2. If they jump in that lane, they can't rush. Okay. And I'll call. Don't worry about if they jump and they still playing. I got this with the refs. Listen, look. So no, I want look. Set, hut. You coming in motion. You're dropping this way. Abe, when she says hut the second time, you're dropping. Okay, so it's got 3 people in the backfield we got. Y'all can pass it around as much as y'all want. Everybody else has to get into the end zone. We got 3 seconds left. The second clap, not the first one. She's gonna clap the first time, don't do anything. It's the second clap. And on the first clap, you come in motion, Kirsten. Yes. Hey, Ralph. Ralph. It's the referee.
You got 3 seconds
Watch the rough
left,
jumping
Yogi.
offside right here.
We're going to send a couple of girls in motion and everyone head to the end zone. Here we go. And here comes the rush.
Call play.
South
Hey,
Anchorage
do it
jumped
again, let's go.
offsides.
Do it again.
I like the strategy. In college football, that'd be a penalty this year. There's a new rule, you know,
Yes,
around
it would be.
disconcerting signals. But hey, work the system. Nice job, coach.
Katrina Bush jumped
5
offsides.
yards. Remains first down.
So they drew the offsides there. Well done. And you're going to get 5 yards closer. Again, this is an 80-yard field. So they're going to get 5 yards closer as Della Salle gets 1 shot at the end zone with 3 seconds remaining. Tamia Cole has it after the lateral. They're going to throw it around. And then a throw to the end zone. Knocked away by Skyler. And that is how the first half ends. So De La Salle pulled out all the tricks there, but come up empty to end the half. This is fun. This is a lot of fun, Yogi. South Anchorage has the lead 6-0 as we have a drone
Yeah,
here.
we do.
Look
And
at the all-22, the all-14.
Right. That's the goal line right there. So look at the defenders for South Anchorage. They're doing a nice job of just staying on that line, staying clear.
That was close to a backwards pass on one of those, or forward pass, I beg your pardon. It was a backwards pass and then a throw to the end zone. And we are at the half. This has been fun. This has been entertaining. I mean, we have a drone at the Nike headquarters for the All-14 with a telestrator on the final Hail Mary. This is awesome. A celebration of girls flag football, the fastest growing sport at the high school level, certainly in America and maybe even worldwide. 6-0 at the break here. 6-0 for South Anchorage. It is the 3rd annual Nike Kickoff Classic. We're at Nike World Headquarters just west of Portland, Beaverton, Oregon. Winning isn't for everyone, but so far it is for the South Anchorage Wolverines. They have a lead 6-0 over the De La Salle Cavaliers from New Orleans. Yogi Rotham, Andrew Siciliano, Taylor Davis down on the sideline. A 6-0 score in which Brianna Bailey didn't get into the end zone. But, man, she has looked special today, Yogi.
This offense has run through number 24, Brianna Bailey. It has been check down after check down. She's caught it in a variety of ways. She's gotten touches on swing routes, on arrow routes. And if De La Salle is able to come back, they have to stop this. This has been option number 1 for this offense of South Anchorage. Quarterback Jillian Press has done a nice job of her eyes being downfield and then checking the ball down. And then, of course, their one score, she did the opposite. It led to a touchdown, but that right there is MVP of the first half.
Taylor Davis, she has been the star, hasn't she?
Absolutely.
And that's something that Coach Lyons pointed out to me at halftime. He told me his plan to start the second half was to get going with some runs. He said, quote, let Brianna Bailey loose. He said, we are going to work in some throws, though, because they don't think De La Salle's defense can beat them on verticals.
Let Brianna Bailey get loose. And so far, that has been the key to success. And Navia Hartwell with that long touchdown, a 16-yard touchdown. She caught that from quarterback Jillian Preston, who is back at QB as we start the second half. 2 20-minute running clock halves here on the Nike campus. And what do you know? It's Bailey getting the first touch, her 5th touch of the day.
And a nice job of this staff at South Anchorage. You see, call it an offensive lineman next to the center, just changing it up just a little bit from a formation standpoint, trying to challenge the eyes of this defense. That was Darby D'Amico lining up basically at the right guard spot. We'll see where she lines up on this snap.
Brianna Bailey says she's been playing soccer ever since she was able to kick a ball. Varsity since she was a freshman here, starring in flag football. Jillian Preston on second down, fakes it, and then throws to Bailey. I think we know the game plan here.
Yeah, I think we do. Well, also, I tell you what is really fun right now is the orchestration of formations. Right? We talked about in the first half of mostly in flag, you want to utilize every inch of the field. We're seeing a compressed formation to start the second half. These receivers are lining up around the hashes. They're not all the way outside near the numbers. So the offensive staff and the head coach, who's only been there for 3 weeks, by the way, and Travis Lyons, may have found a way to exploit this defense.
I love talking to Coach Lyons a couple of days ago. He works at the school, works in the security office at the school. Got a call, hey, the flag coach is retiring after all these years. Do you want the job? He's like, sure, I'll take the job. And then 3 weeks later, here he is at Nike coaching.
Quick 3-step drop, perfect ball location.
Jasenia Cortez with that catch.
I'll tell you what, I think you need to do 3 things at quarterback. Can you control the ball? She's done that. Can you control your mind? She's done that. Can you control this environment, which is your sideline, the team? Can you navigate what is this global stage on the Nike World Headquarters?
2 minutes into the second half, a 6-0 score. Jillian Preston had a touchdown pass earlier. She throws it left. And this one's caught for a short gain.
I'll tell you what, this no-fly zone defense, right now, I think they're giving up a little bit too much cushion. Right? Think of the easy completions, whether it's a swing pass or right there on the outside. I want to play aggressive. If you can play aggressive, maybe you can get a turnover, maybe you can create a little momentum. Remember that happened for De La Salle in the state championship game. That was Caitlin Vaughn. She had a pick 6. You see here in the slot at the top of the screen, number 15.
Lexi Luff caught that last one, the senior linebacker. And playing here on offense as well. 2.5 minutes in, Jillian takes a deep shot. Hartwell, who had the touchdown earlier, could not bring it down. Knocked away by Kirsten Robinson.
That was awesome. That was a great concept. Just flooding the area. 1, 2, 3 receivers challenging this defense. And that is a nice defensive play from De La Salle, but those are also the ones you want to get. Look, the clock is going to go fast. We're already under 17 minutes, running clock until the 2-minute drill. It's only a 1-score game, De La Salle, can they get a little momentum, get a stop here on 4th and around 5?
All right, let's call the names out. Maddie Rogers wearing number 8 also in there on coverage for De La Salle. On a 4th down, they're going to go for it. Here's Jillian, forced up, throws. Brianna brings it down. Brianna is across midfield, and that is enough for a first down. Midfield on your screen, but the 40-yard line in reality here. First downs on this 80-yard field at the 20, the 40, and then the far side 20 as well.
I mean, was that a little Stafford-esque for you? I know you're always around those reps. She rolls to her right, eyes are calm, across the body, no problem.
Channeling the inner Matthew Stafford here. Pitch to Brianna. Look at that speed. Brianna Bailey, who had 36 total yards of offense in the first half, with another nice run here early in the second.
Okay, what's really impressive, if you watch flag football, watch number 56. She's out there as a blocker. You can't put your hands on anyone. You can just kind of stand there. Did a really nice job. Lexi Luff, the senior. Those are little things. If you're playing flag, you know where the ball's going to go. If you're a wide out wide, she did. She just stood there like a statue. Can't touch anybody, but made it challenging for the defense.
So it's kind of like basketball here. You can't draw the charge. You can't set the intentional pick. There's Brianna. You kind of just have to get in the way. You can't go level somebody or anything like that. You kind of just got to get in the way to free up the girl with the ball.
Yeah, you do. And speaking of the girl with the ball, Brianna Bailey, another incredible catch. The ball's behind her. She opens up her hips, allows the momentum to carry her forward, moving the sticks.
And marching down the field here. Opening up South Anchorage here. The Wolverines, the second half with a 6-0 lead and threatening again. End zone starts at the 10. Oh, Hartwell can't hang on.
And a flag.
And a flag.
Good flag right there, because that would have been 6.
And by flag, we mean yellow flag thrown by the ref, not flag pulled off the waist of somebody running with the football.
Yeah, this team right here for South Anchorage is playing confident right now. The ball hasn't been on the ground the whole second half. Here's the replay. It's motion. The individual in motion ends up running a little sail route, a corner route.
Spot.
If you're back at
Replay
home.
first down.
We're going to get Kirsten Robinson, number 4, for the pass interference. It's Hartwell, who scored that touchdown earlier, had a shot at a second one.
Like Darby D'Amico, only her second year ever playing flag.
There's Jillian firing towards the end zone. Incomplete. Darby, who you just mentioned there, the sophomore, the intended receiver, says her main sport is soccer. Plays competitively with her club team, Cook Inlet Soccer Club. A whole bunch of the girls on this South Anchorage team on that club soccer team. They were traveling down in Florida recently, and now they're here in Oregon. Pretty cool.
Tell you what, if I'm South Anchorage, I'm going to pump the slot, and I'm going outside to D'Amico.
Second down, South Anchorage threatening. Preston, end zone, intercepted. Picked off in the end zone by the quarterback, Tamia Cole, playing defense.
Well, they go with that play, but Cole says, hey, I play quarterback too. I understand. Look at this shot. At the top of your screen, she's got her eyes in the backfield. She just keeps sinking and sinking. Ball was a little late on the throw, but a nice job on the setup. Whew. Impressive for that sophomore making a play, saying, okay, give me the rock back.
I love that. The quarterback, who is dying to get back on the field to try to tie this game. She wants another shot offensively after it didn't go well in the first half. She's able to get the ball back by herself.
We haven't seen a lot of smiles from this De La Salle team, but their quarterback had a big one there on the sideline. Bring a little bit of juice here in the second half, right around the 13-minute mark. They need to drive.
Right, here we go. 6-0. Opening up on the ground, which we've seen this a lot. De La Salle team running the football here. Madison Rogers, Maddie, who Coach Neumiller said is the fastest girl on the team, took that handoff. You
know, it's been really cool. Both teams, totally different styles in terms of offensive formations. for De La Salle, you'll see them as they break the huddle. They're using every inch of the grass, and I like that right now. They're trying to get their athletes in space, create a little momentum. If you get one person to miss in flag, that's when explosive plays happen.
This De La Salle team, sponsored last year by the Saints, the South Anchorage team, representing the Seattle Seahawks, the closest team, obviously, to South Anchorage. I know it might not make sense there as Caitlin catches that one, because we have the team from South Anchorage, in essence, wearing Saints colors, but if you can imagine the affiliations, just kind of flip these jerseys, if you will. That makes sense.
That makes sense. Well, I know, Taylor, she talked to the team about going to the Seahawks facility and how excited they were to go there. They met GM John Schneider, Ivan Lewis, his strength and conditioning coach. Like, what a beautiful opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As these girls are here now at the Nike campus, also a great opportunity here. Play on a big stage, as Tamia, who had the interception earlier, is going to get pulled down and sacked. So we got a sack in the backfield here.
Katrina Bush with the sack.
And she's brought down by Katrina Bush.
Doesn't happen very often. Cole is usually so athletic at avoiding that first move. So much a quarterback on a rush is coming. It's just a subtle move. Over one, up one, get the ball out, but a nice job on that sack.
Katrina, who said she grew up watching the NFL with her father. She is a soccer player here, but she wanted to switch things up, wanted to play flag. Now she's able to play flag here at the 3rd annual Nike Kickoff Classic. Got a boys game coming up later. Massillon against NFL Academy here from the UK, as they are here on campus watching the girls here today. As Tamia throws it back behind the line of scrimmage.
To number 4,
Kirsten Robinson with the catch.
Brought down by number 56,
3rd down and a lot. So can you try to get half as the clock continues to wind? We talked to both staffs about navigating the clock in the second half with a lead. How they do that. This is a huge play right here for South Anchorage, if they can force them to punt, or what does Coach Newmiller decide to do?
Flag football, as fast a growing sport as we have in the United States, played now in 100 countries. 20 million girls playing flag football worldwide, including these two teams here in Beaverton. A deep ball from Tamia down the sideline. Skylar picks it off. And South Anchorage with the lead takes it back with great field position. Skylar Lind, the senior. She says she makes her home on the turf with soccer and flag football. She made her home in the air there, high pointing that football and getting it.
She didn't have to move. She stood there. She was deep. She knew where the sticks are. She understood the situation. Look at the very top of your screen. She moves maybe 3 yards and then goes and high points it, as you referenced. Huge play from the captain.
I mentioned that club soccer team. Skylar is the goalie on that team. She looked like a goalie there off a corner kick, just snagging that thing out of the air, saying it's mine. So Jillian takes over, great field position. Jillian slings, and that one's caught. Flag gets pulled, caught there by Darby D'Amico, the sophomore.
The playbook from South Anchorage is one that every flag coach watching can steal. I'm definitely doing it 100%. Because look at how they're moving players in motions and flooding one area and throwing back to the other. Did a nice job of just being efficient. Now it's about managing. You see them in the huddle? You're going to milk the clock a little bit, try to take your time, see if you can take a minute off the clock with each snap.
It's a running clock until we get to the 2-minute warning. Taylor Davis down on the sideline. What do you got there from the De La Salle sideline?
Well, and Yogi, to your point about this playbook, this team has only had it for a couple weeks. Travis Lyons has not been a long-time coach, so impressive that these athletes have such a grasp on it.
Taylor, it's a great point. As mentioned, Travis Lyons just got this job a couple of weeks ago. He's working in the building, got the call, you want to coach flag football? Yeah, I'll do it. And here on a national stage, his team, his offense looks really good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we know they got a watch party going on back in South Anchorage. They should be proud of what this coach has done in a short period of time.
Okay. Well, we didn't have any blocking on the front anyway, but we're past that, okay?
That's fine.
Okay. So let's try what we were talking about. Let's bring Nevaeh in motion, okay? And then Bree, instead of kicking it this way, kick it this way. Okay. Now you're gonna have Darby and you're gonna have Bree. Bree, you gotta go wide, okay? Kick it wide, okay? And if you take number 8 with you, you gotta look at Darby. Darby, you gotta go on a streak and you gotta go, okay? Jillian, you're gonna be one of these two, right? Okay.
Wolverine 6.
Hey, we need 9 yards, right? Let's get it. Get it in the end zone, girls. You score, you win.
I love that. You score, you win. Look at the clock, 7:39 to go. Travis Lyons is basically telling his team, trust your defense. You get it in the end zone here. We go up 2 scores. We're winning this thing.
Yeah, the confidence that coaches breed into their players is so important. This coach's demeanor has been really exemplary as we watched him the last few days.
3rd down now from the snap of the center, Ella Morrill. There's Jillian Preston, the quarterback. Jillian pats the ball, swings to Bailey. She's got speed down the sideline. Jillian Bailey out of bounds, right at the 1.
How about the move on the corner as she got around the edge? Again, motion, setting up the play, little swing route, and then right there, little dip inside. Ooh, I know that had Marshall Falk and company excited on the sideline.
The goal line goes around the world, but Bailey could not get that ball over the pylon before stepping out of bounds, and they're now knocking on the door. The 10-yard line is the goal line here. 10-yard line is the goal line. It's 4th down, however, so they got to punch it in here. Jillian, high and incomplete. And a turnover on downs.
I go back to the same thing we saw in the first half. As you watch that, watch the eyes of Bailey as the ball comes right there, just trying to get up a little bit.
Little high, wanted Darby D'Amico in the slot, and now it's a turnover on downs.
Excuse me, D'Amico on that. So often when the ball is high, you want your eyes to follow because it's going to give you an extra inch or two. Just missed there, and now there is life for this team. And look, if you play competitive sports, anybody who's watching who has, this is the stage you love. You are literally in football heaven. The Nike headquarters. You're down a score. You're backed up inside your own 5-yard line. Can you take it the distance?
Can you drive the length of the field, which here is 80 yards. So in essence, you got to drive 78 yards to tie this game and potentially win it on the conversion. And that's a great way to start with a throw in the middle to Nia Cole to Shyla Santos. And that's how De La Salle opens this crucial drive here with time winding down in the second half.
So if there's something you want to watch in this drive, it's Tamia Cole and her eyes. On that last snap, she looks to her swing. Kirsten Robinson, a quick little pump, goes right back to home base. And Shyla Santos, her center, that is going to be how she'll have to manipulate this really disciplined defense from South Anchorage.
Shy, the center, not shy in the middle of the field when she has the football. Tamia goes right back to her. If it works, do it again. And now they have some breathing room. They open this drive on their own 2-yard line. 2 quick passes, and that's a first down as we're under 5 minutes and counting, Yogi.
Looks like we got a little timeout on the field. And right now, if I'm South Anchorage, I'm saying, look, we have to adjust how we're blitzing. We can't just have an individual over the ball, 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, and making it an easy pitch.
They're first to the half. Timer.
Show blitz from the person over the ball, and then bring somebody else and try to adjust.
Taylor Davis, who you got?
5:02 remaining.
Taylor Davis down to the field with one of the legends.
I was gonna say the legend himself, TJ Hushman's and we actually talked here last year. This is our second Nike kickoff event that you have been down here. I've seen you coaching up the girls a little bit on the sideline. You've really been an advocate for girls flag football. Why?
I have daughters. They don't play flag football, but I have girls, and so. But I also think being here last year, it opened my eyes. Like, the girls, they're really good, and the games are exciting. So, like, I don't care who's playing. If it's a a well-played game, and they know what they're doing, and they're enjoying it and having fun, I like it, and that's what we're getting.
And you haven't really stopped at being a fan. You've actually become part of a league yourself. Tell us a bit more about that one.
So last year we kind of were in the works of, I was doing a flag league and I ended up partnering with Snoop and the Chargers. Had our first season this past spring. Another season here starts in a couple weeks. So it's been fun. We'll expand to the girls. There's just so many flag leagues in California. We just have to get everybody to realize that ours is the best one.
Well, and hey, we're just a few years away from the official debut of it in the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Flag football will be a part of that one. As you get to come to events like this, be a part of your own league, what advice are you giving to young athletes starting out at the sport as you continue to see the growth it's headed for?
You know, I've been talking to the team from the UK, the team from Ohio, these young ladies here. It is very simple. Just work hard. If you love something, just work hard. You may have doubt creep in, just the work you put in should override that doubt that may creep in. It's very simple, it's very cliche, but just work hard.
It'll take you far. Could Snoop play flag?
Yeah, Snoop can play flag. Snoop was a good athlete, ain't he big? He got a nice catch radius. Yeah, he'll be all right.
I'd be on both of y'all's team, I'll take it. Well, thanks for the time, enjoy it out here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, DJ. And we have an interception. Nevaeh, who had the touchdown earlier, might have given South Anchorage the win. Hartwell with the pick as De La Salle had marched close to midfield. Looked as if they were putting a game-tying drive together, but no.
Thought it might have been a sack. No whistle and a pick driving on the rock. Nice job right there from number 1.
Nevaeh Hartwell, who had that touchdown, ends that drive. De La Salle had completed 4 consecutive passes. They had something going there. 5 minutes eaten up off the clock, and now with 3 minutes to go, South Anchorage taking the ball back with the lead, trying to close this out. Bailey on the swing. Bailey makes a move. Brianna Bailey still going. Bailey, touchdown.
Wolverine. Rushing with the completion to number 24, Brianna Bailey.
Brianna Bailey into the end zone, and it is 12-0 South Anchorage over De La Salle.
Wow, how about that? Beautiful concept. A post to clear up that side of the field. No defender anywhere near Bailey. One move, foot in the ground. Another move, foot in the ground. Almost surprising herself, saying, whoa, there's nobody there, just the official. Touchdown, putting the game on ice.
How about that? Brianna Bailey's 7th reception of the day. Yogi, she has 80 yards. That was a 28-yard touchdown. She has over 100 yards of total offense on 12 touches.
The offense has flown through her all game long, and De La Salle did not find a way to stop the most explosive, you could argue, one of the most talented players in the country in flag football. She's been playing since she was 6.
Brianna Bailey, who, I'll be honest with you, kind of threw a change-up on us early. She came out wearing a different number 24. We thought she might be wearing number 2, and at first we went, wait, who is this girl that is killing people? And we figured out it's Brianna Bailey. Well, yeah, of course it is. And she's a huge reason South Anchorage has the 2024 NFL season is almost here. And single game tickets are on sale now. 17 games, all 32 teams. Go to NFL.com/tickets to purchase your tickets today. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated Tickets, members of the NFL Ticket Network. If you got a ticket to this one today on the Nike campus, you're seeing a really good game. You're seeing a really, really good offensive performance here from South Anchorage, who gets the conversion at the 2-minute warning after the Bailey touchdown, as Lexi Luff catches that in the back corner of the end zone.
The ball skills really stood out to me. Ball stuff, wait, adjust, doesn't fall down, eyes are calm. Just old hat right there.
And how about the anticipation on that throw from Jillian before Lexi really even hit or break.
Look, it might seem cliche, it's easy to throw a check down. It's not. If you look at what she's done, whether it was that 2-point play or the swing routes all day, she's hit the front number for the most part all afternoon. One ball was behind Bailey, who made an incredible catch, but all day long, she's put her feet in the ground and has just dealt.
And it's a 2-score lead now because that was from the 3-yard line. It's a 1-point conversion. If they had chosen, South Anchorage could have backed up to the 10 and gone for 2. Not necessary here, although maybe you could argue you try to make it 14-0, both only 2 minutes to go. This is a tall hill to climb here for De La Salle, but we'll see if they can do it. Had a good drive going earlier before that interception. Tania Cole, the quarterback, with a short completion, and they got good yardage, and that's close to another first down.
Robinson's done a nice job all day. Hasn't gotten the rock a ton, but she's run that swing route time and time again. They go to her big game.
Kirsten Robinson, the senior, number 4, with another reception. Robinson also has carried the ball today. Tamia, with 2 defenders around her, is intercepted again. Skylar with that one. The senior Skylar Lind with the pick. And that should do it with 1:38 to go here in the second half. South Anchorage has the lead, and the Wolverines have the ball.
Anticipation of the double pass. Skylar had 9 picks in 7 games last year. She's got 2 in this one, on pace for what I'd imagine break every record in that league up in Anchorage.
Yogi, we are looking here at potentially, with under 2 minutes remaining, the very first loss ever in year 2 for this De La Salle team.
So much about being up here on the Nike campus, from Matt James, Scott Henson and company. The messaging has been about winning, but it hasn't just been the scoreboard. It's about the style and the process, the team that you are, how you bounce back from adversity. That will be the message on the flight home for De La Salle from Coach George Newmiller, because they have a talented team. They will make noise this flag season.
And the message here for the girls wearing the black jerseys, the girls with the lead, representing all of Alaska. They're thrilled that they're representing their entire state. They were flattered that they were the team chosen here, as flag has blown up of late in Alaska. And here is another one by Brianna Bailey. I mean, she is tough to corral, tough to grab that flag. But they're happy to come down and face teams in the lower 48 to get out of Alaska. And again, they were thrilled that they were the ones selected here against a team that hadn't lost. And they have shown up today.
They've shown up in a huge way. You know, last night was really cool. We were in the Nike campus, and they brought up a girl named Janasia Wilson, who was here last year playing in this game. She just signed an NIL deal with Nike, the first NIL athlete in girls flag. She's going to go play in college. And for every college coach watching right now, I think you're seeing some talent on both sides, specifically Brianna Bailey making plays today.
Absolutely, as these girls, a lot of them for South Anchorage, as mentioned, are soccer players, and a lot of them, you know, may have a future at the collegiate level playing soccer. Here's Bailey, but as Caitlin pulls that flag in the backfield, some of them might have a future, because that is a real possibility here for these young women in flag at the next level. And that's what makes this event so cool. It's not just another thing for girls to do in high school. It is a legitimate, fast-growing sport, Yogi, that is offering a path forward. It's only going to get bigger. Scholarships at the next level, a chance to compete, a chance to go out there and find the best athletes available, the best girls available, because some of these girls are going to have a shot in LA 28.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And how about the support from Nike really pouring into this sport on a huge stage? And I think even to your point on so many soccer players on this field playing flag football right now, there's so many similar movements. The change of direction, being on a team, spacing, timing. We've seen that, not a surprise that on both sides there's so many talented soccer players on the pitch that took it over to the field.
And we saw there with Brianna Bailey, you know, as she broke through on that long touchdown, just the open field moves. I mean, that comes from soccer. As here we have 4th down. And South Anchorage does have the lead 13-0. And they're opting not to punt. First downs at the 20s and the 40s, and they're going to pitch to Brianna, and she has, once again, another chance to show those open field moves. Has to get across the 40-yard line.
Brianna Bailey on the line.
Not going to happen, so a turnover on downs.
So Cavaliers will take over.
So the Cavaliers take over here. The De La Salle Cavaliers. There's Coach George Newmiller. Have mentioned him a couple of times. His passion for flag is unreal. Played for, I'm not joking, decades as a younger man, and now has the chance to bring his passion to this program, one he helped get off the ground last year, sponsored by the New Orleans Saints right down the road, and obviously still with their support now in their second.
19 seconds. Thank you.
9 seconds have been put back on the clock.
I love the
if
detail.
You're scoring it.
That's how you do it right there. Yeah, Coach, he has poured in to this team, and you see Coach Lyons, same deal for him.
Almost another pick. Lexi had her hands on it, couldn't bring it down. I'll tell you what, this South Anchorage defense today deserves a tip of the cap.
Yeah, they
as well.
do. Yeah, they do. They went up against an explosive offense, a confident outfit, a talented quarterback, and they just played really sound. I mean, you look at the area and how they're dispersed. They were challenged every inch of the width of this field.
As we have a completion there on the far sideline for De La Salle.
Pass completed, number 4, Kirsten Robinson.
That's Kirsten Robinson, who has been that checked out, that outlet receiver most of the afternoon. Going to be too little too late, though, for De La Salle, and really for both of these teams. And the 4 teams that are here, the 2 boys teams as well, we'll see their game coming up a little bit later. They have all, you can see with the smiles on their faces, love their experience here on the Nike campus, whether it's walking around and seeing the murals of LeBron, or walking through the Mia Hamm building, or the Tiger Woods building, where everybody had dinner last night and heard some of these legends. Interception! Navia gets her second pick of the day to go along with the touchdown. I was going to say Brianna gets the MVP, but you know what? 2 picks and a touchdown. I don't know.
I'm with you, and they were huge. Watch the drone shot here. Again, she just drives on it at the bottom of the screen. She's got a great awareness, savvy to her. You saw it on the touchdown early in the game. 2 picks. They're both sitting with that trophy on the bus to the airport.
So South Anchorage, these young ladies wrote paragraphs about each themselves as we take a knee here. And South Anchorage is a winner, 13-0. Hartwell says she's been to so many championships in her life. This one feels like a championship as these girls celebrate a shutout victory here at Nike World as the Wolverines get their win. As the Wolverines, Yogi, knock off the previously undefeated Cavaliers of De La Salle in New Orleans.
What a stage to celebrate this incredible and ever quickly growing game around the globe. Fitting to have it right here, the Nike World headquarters, and have a team from South Anchorage to come down and say, you know what, we play ball too. We play it at a high level. The competitiveness today was a blast to watch these girls leave it all on the grass.
We have a trophy ceremony coming up shortly here as well, as they're able to bring some hardware home to Anchorage, Alaska. And then coming up, we have another game. We got a doubleheader. We got a boys high school football game here as well with Massillon High School, the legendary program from Ohio, and NFL Academy here from the United Kingdom. Final score in our girls flag football game, 13-0. The young ladies from South Anchorage High School, the Wolverines, with a win today over the previously undefeated De La Salle Cavaliers from New Orleans. For Taylor Davis, Yogi Rotham, Andrew Siciliano, 13-0.